Hello, it is Monday, August 28th, 2023 at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, USA. I'm Mitch Miller. This is my video journal, and I want to start off by saying the previous video 197, it's a 28-minute, 33-second video. I believe it's a standalone video that could be published. Not necessarily by me, but by other people, preferably minorities. So this is the Minority Report. So I'm putting it out there. Any minority of the United States, I will give you a copy of video 197, Operation Ludicrous, for free. All you need to do is contact me. You don't necessarily have to admit that you have access to my video journal, even though it may circulate among the dark web and other sources. You can contact me through plotm.com website, through the email form, and you could say something like, do you have anything unpublished that I could see? Right? As an artist website, I have certain things published through there. You want to see something that's unpublished, and if you want to see something that's unpublished, I will coordinate to get an address to send you a disc with video 197 on it. The other thing you could do is send me a SD, mini SD or SD card, new in the packaging, so that I know there's no virus on it. And with a note, do you have anything, can I see something unpublished from you? Send it to my address here, 4914 Scioto Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania 15224. I will put video 197 on there and send it back to the return address or the address you give me. It's going to be just a disc in an envelope. I'm on a budget here, so it's probably just going to be a disc in an envelope with a 66-cent stamp on it. We'll see if that makes it. If you want me to pay for better shipping, please enclose some money for shipping. Free to anyone, Operation Ludicrous video, to any minority, Asian, Latino, Black, any minority person out there that wants that video to put on your television, put it on a disc to plug into your television at home, or to publish on YouTube or any other publishing method. Publish how you see fit. Okay, so on Friday I did go and do the blood draw at the Quest Diagnostics at the newer, it's probably only a 10 or 15 year old building. They might have been finishing it up when we moved in here. It's like a little strip mall with multiple businesses in there. Quest Diagnostics and the Clearview Federal Credit Union are of importance. But looking at the whole building, there are some vacancies. There's a storefront that's vacant. That could be the headquarters of the nonprofit, and we could employ some computer programmers to build the platforms that I'm talking about. We could employ them in that vacant storefront now that we're working on securing the data network coming in and out of that building. And there's also an empty restaurant. Used to be Emiliano's Mexican restaurant, which is a regional chain here in Pittsburgh. But that bar had a liquor license, and that restaurant would be perfect for the project that I was talking about, where we have a bar that's a clinic. We call it the clinic or something along those lines, where people who cannot afford mental health care or who wouldn't typically go and seek out psychiatric health care, we can partner with graduate students in psychology to come work at the bar part-time and speak with people. They would have to sign some kind of agreement. This isn't officially any kind of health care, but we're here to listen to you, here to take notes and listen to your what you want to talk about, right? People can get a drink, sit with a counselor, kind of counselor person, and chat about what they want to chat about. Counselor takes electronic notes or whatever. They pay $20 for this service and $10 for a drink, or $40 or whatever, but there's a parking lot there. They can come drive in, park, have a few cocktails while they chat and get kind of a counseling session. So my idea is kind of geared towards the service industry. A lot of service workers can't afford health care, waiters, waitresses, bartenders. Maybe they'll come get a load off of their chest, and get a counselor to give them feedback. Anyhow, it's just an idea to get more mental health care out there to more people who are maybe having difficulties that they want to talk about, but they don't want to check into a clinic like Western Psych or whatever. This allows them to just go every 2 months or once just to see what it's like, go in and have a cocktail or a non-alcoholic beverage and get a little bit of counseling. So that's a good location for that, so that makes that building even more important. I don't think I'm going to get funding for any of these projects. Excuse me, I'll talk about that in a minute, but other things, Hillary bought a new Volkswagen Tiguan from Deal Automotive up in Butler on Saturday. Going to put that on the insurance. Well, it's already on the insurance technically, but I'm going to officially get it on the insurance today. She financed for 3 years through Volkswagen Financing. So she's selling me the Volkswagen Jetta, the 2014. I'm going to make payments of $125 a month for 3 years. My first payment is going to be on my birthday, so that it's easy to remember, September 3rd. I will Venmo her that first payment. At the same time, I ordered a connector adapter off of Walmart in the middle console of the Volkswagen Jetta, the 2014. There is a plug-in to plug-in audio equipment, MP3 player, whatever, into the satellite radio receiver radio system. So I got a USB adapter for that. It says it's going to be here September 9th. I ordered it through Walmart, and the last thing I ordered through Walmart came 5 or 6 days early. So we'll see if it gets here before this weekend. If I do have that adapter on September 3rd, I will plug the primary USB with all of these videos into the system of the Volkswagen Jetta, and that's how I will drive around now that that vehicle is mine. As for Hillary's new vehicle, it does take an SD card into the audio system, the computer system, which is much more complex than that 2014 Jetta. I'm going to purchase a SD card. I am going to put all the videos up till now on that SD card of my video journal. I'm going to plug it into the Volkswagen Tiguan, the 2023 Volkswagen Tiguan, whenever I'm driving, as a way to hopefully safeguard all these automatic features like an electronic emergency brake, driver assist is equipped with. It's my way as a voodoo technologist of saying, hey, I'm driving, please don't hijack this vehicle and cause me to crash and possibly perish, right? So I'll plug that in when I'm not driving, because Hillary's going to think I'm crazy if I leave it in there. It's probably going to pop up a prompt every time she turns it on. So when I'm not driving, I will pull that SD card out, I'll put it in the visor up above, and every time I drive, I'll pop it down in. Alright. The little things that voodoo technologists do to safeguard from catastrophic wrecks due to auto manufacturers automating every aspect of a vehicle. That's an update on my neighbor Dolly. She had to be taken out by ambulance yesterday, and I can talk about that at a later date. Hopefully she's doing okay. I won't go into that on this video. What else did I want to touch on? Oh, I have made public on Reddit. I've asked both the CIA and the NSA for funding. Again, on November 7th, 2010, my career was hijacked. I, in one case to the NSA, wrote that CIA and NSA artificial intelligence projects contacted me. I feared for my family. I went to the basement and I cut the power, main power, and then I was drug out of my house, thrown in a solitary confinement cell, forced pharmaceuticals, and while a government-funded company drained my bank account. I was building a company known as Killer Painting. I worked in high school for a man that painted in Franklin, Pennsylvania, a lot of Victorian style houses. His name was Jerry Steinecker. I actually roomed with his son the first year at Pitt. And he told me that he made around $100,000 a year, just him and some helpers sometimes working as a house painter. It's logical that in Pittsburgh, me and a couple people working for me, I could easily make $100,000 a year, possibly $150,000. If I would have continued to grow that business from 2010 without being hijacked, I could be probably making $200,000 a year with a good reputation and with rising prices. Again, I was charged with crimes which caused me to lose my driver's license for roughly 3 years, making it nearly impossible to run a painting business, and I had to resort to working for a known cocaine dealer who is an extreme racist and a disgusting person, but I had no option. He would pick me up and drive me around to the jobs, and I would climb the ladder and fix the slate roofs and do everything while he held the ladder. I didn't want to do that, but that's the things people have to resort to when you strip them of their means to work in a logical, insane manner because of this crazy, out of control criminal justice system. I applied. I tried to appeal to a judge to retain my driver's license. I said I needed it for work. That judge could have said you can drive from 9 to 6 p.m., 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They denied me that. So my career was hijacked. So logically, I would say the CIA and or the NSA owe me $1.3 million in funding. That's 13 years at $100,000. It's probably more, should be more, but we'll go with the bare bones minimum of what I think is owed to me. I think they developed artificial intelligence in an irresponsible manner. And you might say, if we grant you this funding, Mitch, then we have to grant every schizophrenic and schizoaffective disorder person out there funding. That's not necessarily true. These people are not able to prove that these coincidences are happening. They are experiencing them, and there is a fraction of that population that probably is just wirelessly sensitive, and your artificial intelligence programs are reaching out and interfering with their communications, causing them to try to explain to the people around them what's happening. But they probably haven't captured proof like I did with that Facebook message conversation with Don Shakti, where I showed the newspaper that mentions the nuclear meltdown. I started in the morning. I said this is what I do to establish ground communication. Then I picked up the paper. Article in there was about a nuclear meltdown. Then later on Jeopardy, Nuclear Regulatory Commission was the clue on Jeopardy. Pretty weird coincidences, but it shows how these supercomputers, how this artificial intelligence understands the universe at the very basic level, can reach across dimensions and alter very real things that doesn't seem like they should be able to alter, like a newspaper print or a Jeopardy episode that was taped a week before. But they're able to manipulate the universe in extremely interesting ways to communicate with certain individuals. Anyhow, just putting it out there, I think the CIA and the NSA have the power to fund me in this way. The least they could do is give me $100,000 so that I could do the state capitol's photojournalism tour. But getting senators and congresspeople to sign off on a project that is essentially saying you're going to allow supercomputers to wiretap fellow congresspeople, they're never going to sign off on that. So it's going to take the leadership of these organizations saying we're not going to shop this around to a bunch of congresspeople. Right? They never regulate themselves. They want free reign to be as corrupt as they can be. And there's like a handful that are like, yeah, let's crack down on this, but the rest enjoy their power, enjoy their corruption, enjoy the money they get from their position. So they're not going to crack down on it. So hopefully someday I get the funding to do it. If not, there's always Operation Ludicrous, where we go after the corporate corruption. And just putting these out there. As of right now, as far as income, I'm going to talk to the Coolers about painting their lake house when they go to Florida in the spring and the winter. That should be a big job, the whole interior of that. So So I will volunteer my time painting the interior of their house, and they will write me a check for a gift that they want to give me of several $1,000s, and that should allow me to focus on the campground next year and continue to collect Social Security disability payments, hopefully going forward for another year. So that's all the funding I have now. It's $1,100 a month, and I have bills and things to pay for, including a car payment now. So again, I don't think I should be in the position that I'm in. My career was hijacked. That's why I've been adamant about asking for a career in the federal government with decent pay, so I can use the extraneous pay to fund the nonprofit programs that I've proposed. Federal government has not hired me, nor will they provide me funding. I did check, as I said, on Wednesday, and I'll check this Wednesday to see if that funding's in my Direct Express account. That's all I have for now. I might chime in later. If not, I'll do something tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I wish you peace, prosperity, and homeostasis.